Welcome to the Teaching Math to Young Children Toolkit overview. In this video, we will introduce you to the toolkit, its components, and prepare you to use it in your classroom. The toolkit is designed to help teachers improve their math teaching practice with preschool, pre-kindergarten, and kindergarten children. It is best to use the toolkit with a small group of colleagues so you can complete periodic check-ins, either in person or virtually. But if necessary, you can use the toolkit completely on your own. Working through the toolkit with other teachers does not require a trained facilitator. The toolkit provides you with guidance on how to plan for check-in meetings and engage with your colleagues as you all move simultaneously through the learning activities. If a facilitator or other instructional leader is available, it will be helpful for them to remind your group of the check-in meetings and attend check-ins to provide support as needed. The toolkit is designed to be used while you are teaching in an early childhood classroom so you can try out the math practices and activities you are studying and improve your instruction as you go. If you are using the toolkit with other teachers, you and your colleagues should plan to stay on the same schedule so you can share your experiences with the activities and practices as part of your learning. If you are working with a large group of colleagues, it will be useful to establish smaller check-in groups of no more than 4 teachers. The toolkit will help you understand and use key instructional practices that address 4 recommendations from the What Works Clearinghouse Practice Guide, Teaching Math to Young Children. The practice guide was developed by a national panel of early childhood experts and based on years of research. There are many different kinds of math involved when you are teaching young children, but the toolkit focuses exclusively on number and operations to help you build a robust understanding of this topic. Therefore, it excludes one recommendation from the practice guide on teaching geometry, patterns, measurement, and data analysis. The 4 recommendations that are the foundation for this toolkit are: teach number and operations using a developmental progression. Use progress monitoring to ensure that math instruction builds on what each child knows. Teach children to view and describe their world mathematically. Dedicate time each day to teaching math and integrate math instruction throughout the school day. To help you develop a powerful understanding of the developmental progression for number and operations, the toolkit is divided into 4 content modules: subitizing, meaningful counting, comparing and labeling magnitudes, and solving basic problems. Each module addresses one of these 4 topics and simultaneously includes material on integrating math instruction throughout each day, monitoring children's progress to tailor instruction, and teaching children to view and describe their world mathematically. In this way, by using the activities for each module in your classroom, you will be carrying out all of the recommendations. Each module is designed to take 4 weeks to complete, including this welcome module, a midpoint reflection week between modules 2 and 3, and a final reflection week. The entire sequence will take 19 weeks. When you plan, you'll also want to account for school holidays, assessment periods, and other events that will take up time. The Teacher Learning Journal for this welcome module includes planning forms that will help you stay on track. In each module, the learning activities follow a study, prepare, practice sequence each week. You start each week of your learning by studying, which may include watching brief videos that explain the math content and describe children's development, becoming familiar with key instructional practices and a specific developmental progression for the module topic, learning how to monitor children's progress and analyze your class data, and reflecting on your own learning and early math teaching practices. Each week, studying is followed by preparing, which includes learning about new activities to try in your classroom by reading through instructions and watching demonstration videos, and using your progress monitoring data to plan each activity, tailoring it to your students' growing understanding of the topic. Each week, after you prepare, you will practice to support your own learning by trying out module activities in your classroom and checking in with colleagues to share practice successes and challenges. Week 1 of each module is called Build Understanding. During this week, the study learning activities familiarize you with the math content for the module, focusing on how children's understanding and skills develop. The prepare learning activities set you up to use a simple routine that introduces the math content to children, select math stories to reinforce the math content, and identify and support opportunities for children to practice new skills throughout their day, such as during snack time or outdoor play. These are the learning activities you will practice during week 1. Week 2 is expand your practice. In the study learning activities for this week, you continue to study the math content and learn how to monitor children's progress on the module topic. The prepare activities support you to reflect on how the week 1 practice activities went and learn how to use a large or small group activity to support children's learning of the module topic. This will be the new in-class activity you use as part of your practice learning activities. In addition to continuing the week 1 in-class activities, building your repertoire of math teaching skills. Also, as part of your practice learning activities, you are provided a set of questions to support a brief check-in conversation with colleagues to share successes, challenges, and offer each other support. Week 3 of each module is called Individualize the Math Topic. The Toolkit learning activities guide you to analyze the progress monitoring data you've started collecting, adjust practice, and use a small or large group activity and a game in class. Finally, week 4 is Solidify Your Practice. During this week, you continue analyzing your progress monitoring data and tailoring instruction to the specific learning needs of your students. There are no new in-class activities this week. You will continue using all the in-class activities that were introduced earlier in the module, giving you a chance to further refine your new teaching skills for the module topic. Each module features a set of resources to help you learn to use key instructional practices. The first of these resources is a teacher learning journal that will be your workbook and guide while you use the materials. The journal enables you to learn, reflect, and plan. It includes weekly checklists of the study, prepare, and practice learning activities, and it walks you through the resources as you prepare to try out the activities in your classroom. It also includes check for understanding prompts and reflection prompts, so you can document your thinking and planning. Each module includes 2 kinds of videos. Content-focused videos help you understand the math content, and demonstration videos to show you how to use new math activities in your classroom, and sometimes include teachers and coaches discussing the activities. Also, each module includes a set of printable documents. They include a developmental progression that illustrates how children's knowledge and skills typically develop within the module's math topic, activity instructions and materials that include everything you need to use the key instructional practices in your classroom, a progress monitoring logbook for recording key information about children's developing knowledge and skills over time. We suggest that you have these materials close at hand as you try out new math learning activities in your classroom. Your entire experience of the toolkit is guided by the Self-Assessment of Mathematics Instruction, or the SAMI. You will complete the full self-assessment right after this video to get a sense of what your math-related teaching practice looks like right now. Then, the learning resources will guide you to retake parts of the SAMI periodically as you work your way through the modules. The SAMI is designed to help you track your progress in learning to use the key instructional practices. It also links back to the professional learning resources, so you can find what you need to bolster your learning. The materials also include an early mathematics teaching observation tool, or MTOT, and accompanying professional dialogue protocol that leaders can use to observe teachers' classrooms and engage in a productive, data-informed discussion on areas of instructional practice. The toolkit also includes materials for school, center, and district leaders. These materials include an assessment of system supports for evidence-based teaching, or ASSET, and an accompanying guide to help leaders better understand structures and supports that help teachers use the toolkit and key instructional practices. Next, you will take the SAMI to create your own baseline. Then, with the second video of this welcome module, you'll begin to dig into the content of the toolkit, starting to strengthen your understanding and teaching practice. Soon, you will see that your ability to nurture excitement for math and set a foundation for lifelong math learning for your students is growing.